2. How's my hair? So, I have 2 green cans. Let's do the soju one first. This is the pear. This is 5.4%. I should note too that the other one soju is 5.5, and that Soul Night one, that's 7%. So you're getting a bit more bang for your buck with the Soul Night. I did finish those other ones over time. I was watching some DNC stuff, having some highballs, and I must say, over time, I did learn to appreciate this one more. And then this one, although it is really smooth, it really kind of peters out and is a bit one note. So again, that Yuja harshness that I was complaining about initially, over time finishing both, I do appreciate, I suppose, the one soju one actually more. It was nicer to drink over a period of time rather than the Soul Night one. So now I suppose there is one more over there, but I do want to now, I guess we'll compare both one soju ones. This is the pear. Korean pear, Asian pear. So let's see the ingredients. I actually haven't read this yet. I'm very curious to see if they're the exact same, except for that natural flavoring being different. That must be the case. No. Highball base P. Sugar. Gita Gwadang was additional fructoses. Guyeon-san. Sagwa-san. My papago is telling me Sagwa-san is Mount Apple, which is just not, I mean, it's hilarious. That can't be. Like, Sagwa makes me think apple, but like it can't be apple cider vinegar, surely. I mean, san means acid, right? So, malic acid. Okay, there we go. Yeah, Mount Apple. Thanks, papago, dummy. And then glycerin too. And then bracket, and then of course the natural flavoring, pear, and then flavoring, pear. So there's natural flavoring and then flavoring, which must be artificial flavoring. And then everything else is the same. So there's 2 different pear flavorings, one's natural, one's not, and you also get the benefit of malic acid in here. So let's get it open. I'm very much on the mind of this not being any distinctive color. Hey look, I'm right. But we will get this down the gullet. Again, if I had to pick a winner from the first 2, I suppose, having reflected, I would have given it, or I will give it, sorry, to the Yuja Highball. That smells like a pear. And I love pear. Bias admitted before I drink this. I do love pears even back home. The Asian pear is just such a killer flavor. I love it. Yeah, that initial Yuja punch isn't there. It's still quite juicy and fresh and pear-like, which I suppose comes from the fact that there's not only natural flavoring in here, but artificial flavoring. But this is quite nice. What did I say, 5.4? Yeah, 5.4. There's so much pear in here, and it's so juicy that it almost works against it as a highball. I would have honestly rather had a bit more bite. And I suppose with the Yuja having that bit of, there's a bit of, not harshness, how do I explain? There's that like, and again, unfamiliarity with the flavor in a life timeline, right? So maybe I thought it was stronger than it was. This is quite peary and quite juicy, and it's refreshing almost, which in a beer I might want, but when I think highball, I do actually want a bit of that booziness to it. Even though it's in a can, and even though it's only 5.4, 5.5, the Soul Night one being 7, I still do want a bit of that booziness to it, and I'm not getting that. So I can't say with any certainty that I'm disappointed in this. That said, I do actually want a bit more bite and less juice flavor to it. This is so peary, it almost tastes like one of those little soda cans that's pear flavor that you get at the mart. It tastes really good in the pear sense, but again, I'm not getting the highballness of it. So there is a bit of a strike against it there. Now, this. The only thing I know about this, well, there's two things. It's a cider. Well, I suppose three things, but knowing it's a cider is not exactly, it doesn't take a wizard to figure that out. They advertise 1 apple per can, which I saw that. I went, it's 500 milliliters. I'm not sure that that's a great advertising strategy. And then I was trying to figure out who makes it, because I thought, oh, highball, Korea, apple. Maybe it's from Chungju. Maybe it's from Jecheon. Hell, it could be from Daegu. Daegu apples are quite common and popular. And I'm gonna give you a few seconds to guess where this is from. This is a division of Anheuser-Busch. Shocking, they own everything. It's the Wuhan Brewing Company. So, if you are a bit forgetful and you're not familiar with Wuhan, so let's go through the ingredients because this is hilarious. It's imported by a company in Gangnam, but that doesn't mean shit. There's some office filling in papers and importing stuff. I mean, they're doing good work. They import stuff that maybe we want. But as far as this product goes, it really has no real bearing on what's inside this can. Eksang Gwadang, liquid fructose. Sagwa juice nongchungek, so it's like an extract or a concentrated apple juice. Satang susu shirap. It's actually sugarcane syrup, so good on them. Citric acid, yeast. Flavor number 3. No, sorry, that's wrong. It's 3 artificial flavors. Right? Yes, 3 different kinds of flavoring. So let's get into this. I still love, there's 1 complete full apple, which, you know, let's be honest, if you took an apple and put it in a juicer and like just got all the juice out of that 1 apple, how many milliliters do you think you'd get? It'd be like 100. I'm guessing, of course, but there's a reason they put 3 different types, and this is not natural flavoring. These are flavorings. So I don't want to call them artificial off the bat, but when they're not advertised as natural, you can assume they're artificial. Wuhan. I shouldn't make jokes like that. It's not Wuhan's fault. Ooh. I don't like that. With the pear one, I feel like even though there is an artificial flavoring in there, it's still pear. This one, there's like this whole... some double IPAs and triple IPAs with the hops, I say like, whoa! Whoa! But that's because there's different hops in there and they're doing different things, right? This is apple. But it's like, ooh, is it? Yeah, ooh, no, wait, no, it might not be. Oh, okay, that's not good. Hops, when you have a triple, double IPA and they just put a shit ton of hops in there and there's like 4 different kinds, or 3 different kinds that say, that's good. This is not. I'm not a huge fan. Why Elpa? Because we're fruity and refreshing, just what you need to turn your day around. This is great, I gotta. Refreshing? 5. Sweet 4. Sour 3. Bitter 1. Oh, thank God this apple cider has low bitterness. Thank goodness. Chinese brewery company as a subsidiary of Anheuser-Busch InBev. I don't like this. It doesn't even taste horrible. I've had too many good ciders. Ciders are something that's so traditional, and especially in Canada with orchards and stuff, like, and with the British influence in Canada and having British ciders, even just bog standard, like Strongbow and stuff like that, they're not obscure. I've had so many ciders in my life, and with dancing cider in Chungju, the amount of ciders I've had, I mean, again, granted, this is 3001, but I've just had so many ciders that when one of them doesn't quite live up to, again, dancing cider is expensive because they're using a shit ton of apples in them and they're Korean apples, right? But again, I mentioned Strongbow. I've had okay ciders before. And I know for a fact that Strongbow, well, not an amazingly made cider, still has more fucking apples in it than this does. Sorry, Elpa. So, these are 3 for $12. If I had to rank them, it's weird because when I started, I really was kind of harsh on the Yuja highball from One Soju. I would actually put that first. And then I would put the Soul Knight next. And this actually, it's funny too because, you know, Kevin, taste is the most important thing. Yes and no. I do actually want a bit of booziness on it. So I would go Yuja, Soul Knight with the gin and tonic, even though it doesn't really taste like a gin and tonic, but they're doing something interesting at least. This is too juicy and peary, and then this is an easy last place for this 4 for 12. I have a few videos coming this weekend. I'm going to Chill Hops for their birthday, so we're gonna have some spruce tip beer, we're gonna have some hot dogs, we're gonna review some stuff, and I have a new camera. This is my setup. This is actually giving you a good insight into my channel. I don't have a tripod, so I've put my mini tripod into the rice steamer that I use from Akali to give it some height so that it will actually film me on a level that's not like on the fucking floor or even on this table per se. Yeah, so that gives you an idea of what's going on. Hooray! Anyway. Long-winded 4 highball review. I'll see you at Chill Hops.